A fast basically is any time that you are not consuming food. Hello and welcome to my video. We're gonna do something a little different today. I'm gonna still go through my weekly progression information and everything, how I'm doing with my diet and after surgery. But I am also going to go through some other information. Like JR and I talked about on Monday, we're going to kind of split up what we do. I'm gonna go over nutrition and food and things like that. And today I'm going to be talking about fasting and what happens when our body fasts and the different ways that you can do intermittent fasting. But first we are going to do my measurements and everything for this week. We'll start out with weight. My weight this week was 183.4, which is down 1.2 pounds from last week. My BMI has gone down from 31.48 to 31.68, which is down 0.2. So not a lot, but to me it's still good. So, and then my measurements really went down. Not a whole lot, but enough that I'm happy about it. My waist went down a half an inch, my thighs went down a half an inch, my biceps went down a half an inch, and my chest went down an inch. Although I'm not real happy about that because I really don't want to lose a whole lot of my breasts, but I know when working out that's going to happen. My body fat percentage went down 0.61 from 33.33 to 32.72. So that's my measurements this week. I stayed on track with diet. Last week was our last week for our workout regimen. This week I am doing cardio. JR is not doing anything. He's taking a full week to do a complete reset, mentally, physically, everything. He's not doing any exercises or anything like that. I'm still doing cardio every day. Not a whole lot, but still doing some cardio every day. But we are going to get into fasting. And a fast basically is any time that you are not consuming food. When you fast, after 4 to 8 hours, your blood sugar levels drop. Then after 12 hours, HGH, human growth hormone, starts to increase in your body. After 16 hours, fat burning really begins after 16 hours. After 18 to 20 hours, apogee is what it is, starts to begin, which is when your body starts to consume its own tissue. Basically, your body is eating fat. It's eating stuff you don't need in your body first. It does if you go too long, and these are just the stages of how your body reacts to not having food. But I am not recommending you go at least 72 hours. The max I would say is the 24 to 36 hours is the max I would say to do at any one time. After 36 hours, apogee increases to 300%. After 48 hours, human growth hormone increases to 500%. 54 hours after you stop eating, insulin sensitivity increases. And then at 72 hours, apogee peaks. So that's the stages of fasting that your body goes through the longer you're without food. Now, studies have shown that anything more than 36 hours at one particular time does tend to start to harm the body. But you can do a 72 hour, but I would not suggest that, and doctors don't suggest that more than once every 3 to 4 months. You can do a 24-hour fast once a month. That is safe for you to do. 24 to 36 hours is good once a month, but they don't recommend you do any more than 36 hours once a month. And then we're also going to get into intermittent fasting, which there are different levels of intermittent fasting. There are 6 popular ways to do intermittent fasting. The first one is the 16-8 method and involves fasting every day for at least 16 hours and restricting your daily eating window to approximately 8 hours at a time. Eating within this window, you can fit 2, 3, or even 4 meals if they're small meals in this window. This method is known as lean gain protocols. It was popularized by fitness expert Martin Birkin. Doing this is one of the most popular methods. It's when you Like I said, you don't eat for 16 hours. You only eat in this 8-hour window. You can skip one meal. Typically, it's either dinner or breakfast during these windows. But this is just a little bit of knowledge, of information on this fasting. You can drink water, coffee, and any zero calorie beverages during this fast. There are also other varieties of this type of intermittent fasting. There are 16-8, and there's also a 12-12, which is pretty much you eat 12, you don't eat for 12 hours at a time. So that is another type of this hour type method. The second type is the 5-2 diet. 5-2 diet involves eating what you typically eat in 5 days of the week and restricting your calorie intake to 500 to 600 calories for 2 days out of the week. This diet is also called the fast diet. It was popularized by British journalist Michael Mosley. It's recommended that women eat 500, men eat 600 on those 2 days. Then the third type of intermittent fasting is called the Eat Stop Eat. Eat Stop Eat involves a 24-hour fast once per week. This method was popularized by fitness expert Brad Pylon and has been quite popular for quite a few years. And you can read a little bit more on that on this screen. Again, water, coffee, and zero-calorie beverages, which it does include Crystal Light, which I have looked at. Crystal Light typically says it has about 5 calories, but they do typically say that you can drink those type of liquids for these type of fasting windows. You can have any kind of zero-calorie. Coffee does not have calories, but if you're going to sweeten your coffee, you need to have a zero-calorie sweetener as well. Then the fourth popular is called alternative day fasting. And alternative day fasting, you fast about every other day. There are several different versions of this method. Some of them allow 500 calories during that fasting day. However, a small study, trusted source, found that alternative day fasting wasn't any more effective at producing weight loss or weight maintenance than a typical calorie restrictive diet. Number five is called the Warrior Diet. The Warrior Diet was popularized by another fitness expert, Ori Hofmeckler. It involves eating small amounts of fruits and vegetables during the day and eating one huge meal at night. Basically, you fast all day and you feast at night, eating within a 4-hour window. A lot of people like to call this OMAD, 1 meal a day. So I will link where I got all this information from. I will link the website down below so that you can see where I got all this information from, and you can read a little bit more. There are links on that website and below that you can get more information on each one of these intermittent fasting. And then the last one is spontaneous meal skipping. You don't need to follow any structured intermittent fasting plans to reap some benefits. Another option is simply to skip meals from time to time, such as if you skip lunch or you skip dinner or you skip breakfast, you're still going to be counting calories, but you're just going to skip a meal. It's not always effective, as you can read here. It's not always effective, but it is considered one of a type of intermittent fasting. So that is the information that I have for you for today. But like JR and I have said on Monday, he is going to be bringing you the fitness and working out and muscles and the body fitness regimen, the physical aspects of what we do. I'm going to be bringing you the diet and the nutritional information that you will need. And then together, we're going to talk about the mental aspects of getting healthy and dieting and all of those things that we talk about, because those are the three main components of leading a healthy lifestyle. Mental acuity is just as important as the diet and the nutrition that I am going to provide and the physical and workout regimen that he's going to provide, but that mental aspect is still very important as well. Our website will be linked in the description box below. Please leave me a like and a subscribe. Leave me some comments if you have any comments or questions about anything that I brought to you today, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.